start soon. Stand by for Verde Valley Sports. Stand by for Verde Valley Sports. Mingus Marauder Sports will start soon. Stand by for Verde Valley Sports. Mingus Marauder Sports will start soon. Stand by for Verde Valley Sports. Mingus Marauder Sports will start soon. Stand by for Verde Valley Sports. Mingus Marauder Sports will start soon.
Lawler Construction has been a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 38 years. Using green construction methods, Lawler Construction builds efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit lawlerconstructionaz.com.
Stand by for Verde Valley Sports. Mingus Marauder Sports will start soon. Stand by for Verde Valley Sports. Mingus Marauder Sports will start soon. Stand by for Verde Valley Sports. Mingus Marauder Sports will start soon. Stand by for Verde Valley Sports.
Accidents happen. Red Rock Collision knows that your car is the second largest investment you're likely to make. For over 15 years, Red Rock Collision has been there to negotiate for you, the customer, not the insurance company. John and his staff promise quality repair with honesty and integrity. You can rest easy now. They'll return your car as safe as the day it was built.
The mouth is the gateway to the digestive system. Studies indicate a correlation between oral health and full body health. Regular cleanings and checkups can help protect you. New patients are welcome at Arizona Smile Designers in Cottonwood. There's a full smile worth of services all offered under one roof. Whitening and cosmetic to implants and smile reconstruction. Find out more or request an appointment online at azsmiledesigners.com.
And welcome one and all here to Mingus Union High School, home of the Marauders. The Marauders and the Badgers will go at it for high school Grand Canyon region matchup here today. Weather is absolutely perfect, nearly no wind, about 71 degrees, considerably different from last week. This feels like spring baseball out here today. Should be a good one. The Prescott squad here coming in with a pretty significant record. In fact, 9-6 on the season out here today, and came off of a pretty good showing against #1 Saguaro, Scottsdale Saguaro. 9-6 on the season, 4-1 in the section. The Mingus Marauders come up a little bit short up in Coconino. We're going to tell you about that one. They are 6-12-1 on the season, 3-3 in the Grand Canyon region. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to go into last games, compare the teams when we return after this.
Lawler Construction has been a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 38 years. Using green construction methods, Lawler Construction builds efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit lawlerconstructionaz.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction is a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels. Look for Lawler Construction Homes at Mountain Gate in Clarkdale.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
And back here at Mingus Union High School, the Prescott Badgers come to town to take on the Mingus Marauders. Prescott 5-4 in away games, 3-2 at home, and 9-6 overall. Once again, 4-1 in the Grand Canyon region. They've got victories here this season over Peoria and Palo Verde Valley, which is from Blythe, California. That's why you don't recognize that name, as well as Pahrump Valley, who is a Nevada team. Wins against Needles, California, and Lake Havasu. Swept Mojave 14-1 and 11-1, and then swept Lee Williams by a score of 8-4, and then 15 to. Let's see. Swept Lee Williams 8-4, and then the second game wasn't right next to it. It was 14-11 for the second game. Lost to Coconino, by the way, a score of 15-3, and then lost yesterday to Scottsdale Saguaro, the #1 team in 4A baseball, by a score of 10-7. 10-7. Now, this same squad was 2-0 against Mingus in 2022. And the second game, by the way, was at Prescott. Mingus was leading in that game, and then it was called. And it was called before we ended up with 5 innings. So the game had to be redone, and the redo for that game ended up going Prescott's way 15-6. They did make it to the play-in round last year and lost to Walden Grove by a score of 13-1. Taking a look at their game against Saguaro, well, interesting enough, it was Saguaro on top, 2-0 after 2, and then it was 4-2. Prescott took the lead in the top of the third, gave it back in the bottom of the third, and it was 4-6. And they took back the lead 7-6 in the fourth, and then Saguaro scored in the fifth and sixth, 4 more runs total for a 10-7 victory over the Prescott Badgers. So Prescott putting up a very good showing against Scottsdale Saguaro. Now, there was quite a few errors in that game. Prescott ended up with 3 hits, 7 runs, 7 RBIs, plus a couple of doubles in that one, 6 walks to go along with 7 strikeouts, and they had 2 hit by pitch and 3 men reaching on errors, so 10 extra base runners in the game. Parker Reed, the sophomore, ended the game. Jack Burton started. Ivan Schuster came in relief, and then Parker Reed, the sophomore, finished it out the final 4 innings. Gave up 6 hits, 6 runs, 1 earned, only 1 earned, and 4 walks and 4 strikeouts to go along with it. Hit 1 batter in the game. Mingus Marauders go up to Coconino and had that one. Oh, my goodness gracious, so close to a victory. Mingus was leading going into the bottom of the 7th and gave up 3 in the bottom of the 7th and end up losing that one by a score of 3-2. Ouch. That one hurt. The Mingus Marauders almost swept Coconino. In fact, took the first game 5-4, and that was an awesome game. Mingus here at home, and it was a Scar getting the victory and the complete game in that one. Godina pitched for the Mingus Marauders up in Coconino and had it all going his way. Was pitching a shutout until the 7th inning. Ended up, Mingus gave up no walks in the game, 8 strikeouts, only hit 1 batsman, 5 hits, 2 runs. Mingus ended up with 5 hits and 2 runs in the game, only 1 RBI, a double by Godina in the game. Mingus gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, and 1 double in the game. Gave up 4 walks and 6 strikeouts to go along with 3 batters that reached on error. So Godina ends up with an ERA of 3.15 for the game. Pitched 6 2/3, 6 hits total, 3 runs, 3 earned. That's interesting. Plus 4 walks and 6 strikeouts in the game. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll introduce you to the teams, compare them season-wise when we return to Mingus Union High School after this.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare over 150 different insurance companies for home, auto, commercial, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance in Cottonwood.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We are homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $19 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Prescott Badgers finishing their warm-ups out here today as we're getting ready about 10 or 11 minutes from first pitch out here. The Mingus Marauders and the Prescott Badgers, a Grand Canyon region matchup coming up. The Prescott Badgers come in batting .256 on the season. They have 94 hits on 367 at-bats. Scored 91 runs, 78 of them with RBIs. 14 doubles on the season with 1 triple and 3 home runs. Costas, Burton, and Sanderford, the sophomore, each have the home runs. Leading in doubles is Costas in the game. So a little bit of power there from Costas and Sanderford. As we take a look on the bases, 19 stolen bases on this season, just under 900 as a fielding percentage with 34 errors on the season. And pitching, they end up with a 3.46 ERA, and they've given up 55 walks to go along with 89 strikeouts. And pitching for today is going to be the sophomore. Sanderford will walk in with a 3.11 ERA on the season. He's pitched 18 innings so far, given up 18 hits, 10 runs, 8 earned runs, 10 walks to go with 21 strikeouts on the season. And teams are batting an even .250 against him with an on-base percentage of .349 for the season. Taking a look at the Mingus Marauders and how we have done during the course of the season with the games that we have for stats. Mingus comes in batting .285 on the season. And let's see how that compares back to the Prescott Badgers. Prescott Badgers batting .256, so the Mingus Marauders a little better batting average. They've got 103 hits at 361 at-bats, 91 runs scored, 59 of them with RBIs. 12 doubles, 6 triples, and 2 home runs. The home runs by the senior Balo and the catcher Buckner, who, by the way, is batting .512 coming into today. Mingus has walked 50 times and struck out 81. Been hit by pitch 9 times in the season and reached on air 27 times. 15 stolen bases for the Mingus Marauders versus 19 for the Prescott Badgers. Pitching here today is going to be Rodriguez. David Rodriguez comes in with an ERA of 7.3. He's 1-0 on the season. He's pitched 7 2/3 innings, given up 12 hits, 10 runs, 8 earned runs, 8 walks, and 6 strikeouts to go along with it. Teams are batting a .343 against it with an on-base percentage of .474. Coaches are meeting over at home plate here, the Mingus Marauders and the Prescott Badgers, as the Mingus Marauders coming off of a defeat split with the Coconino Badgers. Beat them in the first game by a score of 5-4. We had that one on the air and on television for you with Verde Valley TV, and the second one up in Coconino, a 3-2 loss to the Coconino Panthers. The visiting Prescott Badgers coming in off of a 10-7 loss to number 1 Scottsdale Saguaro, and that one was on the road. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll go through starting lineups and compare the teams a little bit more when we return to Mingus Union High School coming up after this.
Accidents happen. Red Rock Collision knows that your car is the second largest investment you're likely to make. For over 15 years, Red Rock Collision has been there to negotiate for you, the customer, not the insurance company. John and his staff promise quality repair with honesty and integrity. You can rest easy now. They'll return your car as safe as the day it was built.
The mouth is the gateway to the digestive system. Studies indicate a correlation between oral health and full body health. Regular cleanings and checkups can help protect you. New patients are welcome at Arizona Smile Designers in Cottonwood. There's a full smile worth of services all offered under one roof. Whitening and cosmetic to implants and smile reconstruction. Find out more or request an appointment online at azsmiledesigners.com.
And back here at Mingus Union High School, home of the Marauders, the Prescott Badgers and Mingus Marauders going at it here today for a Grand Canyon region matchup. Mingus comes in 6-12-1. The Prescott Badgers 9-6 on the season. And we were going to go through some other stats and rankings here. Let's look at 1A baseball here for the moment, because the Williams Vikings continue to be undefeated, 10-0 on the season, ranked number 1. They have got a matchup coming up at the end of the season with number 3 Baghdad, and that could certainly change how everything goes for Williams out there. Camp Verde 5-7 on the season, currently number 16 in 3A. Mayor, by the way, is number 13 in 1A. We're getting close to our national anthem here at the moment. Taking a look at softball for a moment. South Point Catholic leads the way. We're going to take a pause here for our national anthem. All right, our nation's anthem out there, and that means we are close to game time. We were talking about softball here, and the 4A rankings: South Point, Eastmark, Saguaro, and Greenway. Woohoo! Greenway. In fact, the Lady Marauders have got a match up with Greenway. Last game of the season, it got rescheduled earlier in the season. Speaking of rescheduling, the Mingus Marauders softball squad was supposed to be on the road at Prescott here today, and as it ended up, it got rescheduled because there aren't enough umpires. So if you would like to be a part of it and umpire baseball, softball, I suggest you talk to the AIA and get certified and get into that rotation, because that has been a problem throughout the state of Arizona, has been scheduling umpires, referees. It almost doesn't matter the sport. It has been difficult out there. Bradshaw Mountain is sitting at number 13. Mingus still has 2 games with them coming up, and I'm talking softball, of course. The Eagles at number 15. Mingus lost to them twice, lost to Coconino twice, who comes in at number 17. The Prescott Badgers, who will be the next opponent for the Mingus Marauders, that ends up, and they're going to have a 4-game week coming up next week. Ouch, that hurts. They are number 29. Lee Williams at 34. Mingus still has 2 with them. And the Mingus Lady Marauders softball softball. Coming in at number 38, Mojave at 40, and the Mingus Marauders split with them. Last game of the season, regular season, before the makeup games will be Agua Fria, and they are ranked number 43. And taking a look at baseball. 4A baseball, the Saguaro Sabercats, number 1, South Point 2, Sahuarita, number 3. The Flagstaff Eagles at number 4 took 2 from the Mingus Marauders. Bradshaw Mountain comes in at 14. Mingus still has 2 with them, and they're going to need to steal one of those for sure. Coconino is at 22, and they split with Coconino. Mingus at 29. Now, they need to get up to 24 to get into a play-in position out there for the Mingus Marauders. Prescott, 5-5 on games that count, and they are sitting at number 30. Mingus is at 29, so an even matchup between these two squads, no doubt about it, coming in to today. All right, the leadoff hitter, Sam Strausser, will step in, playing center fielder. Luke Tobin, third baseman, will bat second, and Jack Burton, the shortstop, will bat third. We'll get our defensive stance here in just a moment. Rodriguez's first pitch is a grounder going to the third baseman. He clutches, throws, and then it goes a little wide, and on to second base with the error is going to be Sam Strasser, and he will stop at second. So, starts off, ground ball to Coy Miller. Coy Miller across the diamond to Cameron Davis, who's playing first out here today, and it goes wide down the right field line. A stretch, couldn't reach it. Ben Balos at second for the Mingus Marauders. Pops Godina will be at short, and Rodriguez now sits in the stretch and throws this one. Going to be a little bit low and inside for ball one. Outfield for the Mingus Marauders is going to be Brandon Venezuela in right, Landon McGurk has center, and Julian Esquer will be in left field here today. One out, one on, nobody out, and the lefty will take strike one. 1-1, the count to Luke Tobin. And Luke Tobin, sophomore, was 1 for 3 against Saguaro with a run scored, 3 RBIs, and he'll chop that one to the first baseman and going to the bag, and it's going to be safe. Had the pitcher over there, didn't pitch it, and Davis looked at the runner at third and then tried to get back to first base. Beating it out is going to be Luke Tobin, so he now sits at first, and Sam Strausser sits at third. First and third, nobody out, and the ball hasn't been out of the infield here yet. Jack Burton, the shortstop, sets in. He was 0 for 3 with a run scored against Saguaro and a check swing strike. 0-1 the count. Luke Barrett, first baseman, will bat cleanup, and he is on deck. Adrian Sanderford, the pitcher out here today, will bat fifth. Rodriguez out of the stretch, delivers, and a high fly ball. McGurk in center field calls for it, has a beat on it, comes down, catches it, runner at third tags. The throw comes in, and it will be way late. So a sac fly will score Strasser, and the first run comes across for the Prescott Badgers. 1-0. RBI belongs to Jack Burton. Lucas Barrett steps in, number 25. Not many pitches so far. They have been swinging the bat at the first pitch that's been in the strike zone without a doubt. Lucas Barrett was 0 for 3 with a run scored against Saguaro. And there's the pitch, a nice pitch. Rodriguez smacks the glove for strike one. 0-1 the count. One out. That's a sacrifice fly. One in, one on, and an 0-1 count. Rodriguez out of the stretch. And that one's fouled off and quickly ahead. 0-2 now the count to Barrett. Sanderford, the pitcher, is on deck, and then Brendan Costas, the catcher, would be following him. Rodriguez delivers, and that one's low. And it looked like Xavier wanted to throw that one behind the runner out there. And then sliding back into first, and I think taking the base out. They're going to have to reset the base And they will reset first base. There we go. Now we're ready for play. 1-2 the count now to the first baseman here for the Prescott Badgers. Tobin's got a lead over at first. There's the delivery and a line drive into left center field. That's going to split the gap. That'll roll deep. Picked up by Ascare. Ascare will get it in. It'll end up being a double. And going on to third is going to be Luke Tobin. Line drive right over the shortstop, but it split the outfield and split him deep. And not stopping in any case whatsoever was Barrett. So 2 on, 1 out, 1 in. And Sanderford, the pitcher, steps in. Sophomore was 0 for 2 with a run scored against the Saguaro Sabercats. They appeal over at first and do not get the call, apparently saying that he missed first base. So Rodriguez trying to get himself out of a jam here. 1-0 so far, throws that one high. 1-0 the count, 2 on, and Mingus has the infield in. Early in the game trying to cut down the run. All 4 infielders are in, and there is the delivery, stays high. 2-0 the count. Brennan Costas, the catcher, is on deck. Then Ryan Elliott, the right fielder. Batting 9th is going to be Paul Furno, the left fielder. And that one is low. 3-0 the count now. Finishing out the top 9, or the batting order, is going to be Ivan Schuster, the second baseman. And he will bat 9th here today. Rodriguez down 3-0, delivers that one right down the middle for strike 1. 3-1 the count now. Wondering if he had the green light with the first base open and the infield in. Rodriguez gets him to foul it off, so that makes it 2-2. 3-2, pardon me. Payoff pitch around the corner here. Full count, 2 on, 1 in, top of the first. Prescott leading 1-0. David Rodriguez on the mound here for the Mingus Marauders, throws that one inside, and that's going to be a walk. So that's going to load the bases with the walk. Brennan Costa steps in. He was 1 for 4 against Saguaro last night. Catcher wearing number 7 out there. Rodriguez will go back to the full windup here. Uses the right side of the rubber and delivers a little bit low and outside. Ball 1. Trying to get out of trouble here early. Just underway. Prescott kind of jumped on the Mingus Marauders. And that one's going to be fouled off. Had some decent movement on that one. 1-1 the count. So Strasser ended up on with the error on the first pitch of the game. Then Tobin beat out an infield single that Davis didn't get back over to first, grounded to him. He didn't get back over to first in time. And that started it. Inside, stays inside. 2-1 the count. Sacrifice fly from Jack Burton. Scores Strasser from third. And then a double makes it second and third by Barrett. And then the walk, and now this one fouled off right at us. 2-2 the count now. Rodriguez could use a strikeout here. Make sure that nobody advances. Rodriguez delivers. Stays inside with the curveball. Full count once again. Payoff pitch. No place to put him. Bases loaded with Badgers. Rodriguez takes his sign. Gets his set and delivers high. That's going to be a walk. And Costas will pick up the RBI. On the walk, coming home to score is Tobin from third. Barrett replaces him at third. Sanderford, the pitcher, who walked, goes to second. And Costas now at first. So 2 in, 1 out. Bases loaded once again, and Ryan Elliott steps in. Elliott, the junior, batting 146 on the season. Rodriguez delivers to him. Check swing. They appeal down. No swing. So Elliott is 6 for 41. 4 runs scored, and that's going to be a strike. He's got 5 RBIs, and he has 1 triple on the season. 1-1 the count. Rodriguez trying to go after him here. There's the delivery, and that one's going to be fouled off. Hit the bat twice. Buckner will pick it up, throw it back. 1-2 the count. Rodriguez laboring here in the sun. Can't say the heat, it's only 71 degrees out here. But certainly laboring here in the top of the first. 2 in, bases loaded. Rodriguez delivers, and a ground ball going up the middle. Step on second, over to first for the double play, and they get out of it. How about that? Pops Godina gets the double play to get out of the inning, and Prescott threatening with a huge inning, scores 2. The Mingus Marauders will be coming up after this.
Accidents happen. Red Rock Collision knows that your car is the second largest investment you're likely to make. For over 15 years, Red Rock Collision has been there to negotiate for you, the customer, not the insurance company. John and his staff promise quality repair with honesty and integrity. You can rest easy now. They'll return your car as safe as the day it was built.
And back here at Mingus Union High School, taking a look at the Prescott Badgers, who lead 2-0 as we go into the bottom of the second. Defensively, it's going to be Adrian Sanderford on the mound here for Prescott. The sophomore will be throwing to the catcher, Brendan Costas. Over at first is Lucas Barrett. Ivan Schuster is at second, Jack Burton at shortstop, and Luke Tobin at third base. Around the outfield, left to right, it goes this way. Paul Furno in left, Sam Strausser in center, and Ryan Elliott will be patrolling right field out there today for the Prescott Badgers. The Mingus Marauders line up this way. Landon McGurk, the center fielder, will start off. Isaiah Pops Godina, the shortstop, bats second. Xavier Buckner, the catcher, will be in the third position out here today. Ben Balo has cleanup and plays second out here today. Cameron Davis over at first base bats fifth. Coy Miller at third will bat sixth. Batting seventh is going to be the pitcher, David Rodriguez. Ethan Cowgill will be the designated hitter and batting eighth out here today. And the left fielder, Julian Esquer, will round it out and bat ninth for the Mingus Marauders. And the first pitch comes in as a strike. Strike one to McGurk, who was 0 for 3 in yesterday's game against Coconino Panthers. And he looks at strike 2. Working quickly and efficiently out there is Sanderford. Sanderford, the right-handed sophomore here for the Prescott Badgers. Goes into the windup, uses the right side of the rubber, and that one, breaking ball, moves well out of the strike zone. 1-2 the count. McGurk had 1 strikeout yesterday against Coconino, and he'll put that one in play. The pitcher will pick it up, throw over to first, and that'll be the first out of the inning. The tap out goes 1-3. And that'll bring up Isaiah Pops Godina. Godina was 1 for 3 against Coconino. Had a double and a run scored. Trying to help out his cause yesterday. Ended up He was the pitcher. That one's high for ball 1. Pitched the complete game. Well, 6 2/3. Lost it right there in the 7th. As Coconino came back from behind, and that one stays high for ball 2. Godina was pitching a shutout through 6. Cruising along. And Coconino finally broke through and got to him, and there's a strike. In the bottom of the 7th for a 3-2 victory. 2-1 now the count to Godina, the shortstop for the Mingus Marauders. He's set and looks at that one for strike 2. Sanderford, he evens up the count, fell behind 2-0. Evens it up 2-2. Infield playing well back. Standard positions out here against Godina. And he checks swings. And they appeal down to the umpire out in the field. He says no swing, so that makes a full count. Godina checks swings against the breaking ball that misses the strike zone. Quickly delivering and fouled way off right side. Hit it hard, but hit it late. And it'll be a redo, 3-2. Sanderford, a sophomore, delivers foul tip and a strikeout. 2 up, 2 down. Xavier Buckner steps in. The catcher for the Mingus Marauders. Buckner was 2 for 3 with a run and an RBI against Coconino, and the lefty steps in. The outfield shifts back a little bit against Buckner. And a hard shot to the first baseman. Takes a big bounce and comes over on the first pitch and gets the out. So they ground out. The Mingus Marauders go 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the first inning. It'll be the bottom of the order and then the top of the order for the Prescott Badgers, leading 2-0. It'll be Furno for the left fielder, Schuster the second baseman, and then back to the top of the order with the center fielder Strasser when we return to Mingus Union High School after this.
The mouth is the gateway to the digestive system. Studies indicate a correlation between oral health and full body health. Regular cleanings and checkups can help protect you. New patients are welcome at Arizona Smile Designers in Cottonwood. There's a full smile worth of services all offered under one roof. Whitening and cosmetic to implants and smile reconstruction. Find out more or request an appointment online at azsmiledesigners.com.
Returning to Mingus Union High School, Jackie Bessler along with you. A gorgeous day for baseball out here as the Grand Canyon region matchup. The Mingus Marauders hosting the Prescott Badgers out here today. And coming up to bat is going to be the number 9 hitter, playing left field, which is Paul Furno. And Furno did not play against Saguaro yesterday. So no stats for him. The last out, of course, was Buckner, and Buckner had to go get the gear on. So Furno will step in. Sanderford shut down the Mingus Marauders in the bottom of the first inning, 1-2-3. Mingus Marauders gave up 2 and got out of the first inning with a double play, and that one's inside and tight for ball 1. Furno is a senior, batting an even .250 on the season, 5 for 20. Scored 7 runs. He's got 6 RBIs and leads off and swing and a miss. Evens the count 1-1. Rodriguez, the lanky right-hander for the Mingus Marauders. Balo playing way back deep in the grass. Now steps forward toward the lip, and that one stays inside, bounces away from Buckner. 2-1 now. An error and then an infield single of sorts. Started off the first inning to score for the Prescott Badgers, and a golf swing and an inside pitch evens the count, 2-2. Brought those hands in like he was using a wedge. He'll step back in, kick dirt out, uses the middle of the box, nowhere near the chalk, and drives that one down the left field line, and that is going to be fouled just by inches. Hit it hard, and then it hit something in foul territory and bounced way out of bounds. So we're going to do it again. 2-2 pitch again. So Rodriguez put it in there, and Furno gave it a ride. Say baseball's a game of inches and a couple of inches, and that would have definitely been rattled around in the corner. Furno was definitely on a double trot or a pace out of the box. Here's the delivery. This one, center field. McGurk is back, and McGurk runs it down. Oh, drops it. And he will get it back in, and he's not happy with himself. He definitely made a great beat on it, and then unfortunately dropped it out of the glove. It was hit hard. It was hit to his left, and he went stepping about 15 feet or so and got his glove on it, and then just dropped it. Had it for just a moment. So sitting on first is Furno. And that brings up Ivan Schuster, the second baseman, wearing number 11, and that one's outside. Schuster was 0-2 with a run scored against Saguaro. 1-0 count. Decent lead, and a swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. Furno has got one stolen base on the season, sits out there at first, and a foul tip. Makes it strike two. Good movement on that pitch. 1-2 the count. One on, nobody out. 2-0 score. Prescott Badgers, if you're just joining us, scored 2 in the top of the first. Mingus went down in order in the bottom of the first. Here we are in the top of the second one, and that one is low and in the ground. And it'll end up being a stolen base out there by Furno. Buckner is able to block it, but unable to get a throw off. So a man on second, nobody out. 2-2 count, and that one's foul tipped. Count remains 2-2. Rodriguez starting to labor again here in the second inning. Faced 7 batters in the first inning. Out of the stretch. There's the delivery and a ground ball going over to Balo. Balo's up with it and across to Davis. It'll end up getting the runner over to third. Sacrifice ground out, if you will, and going to third is Furno. Balo gets the out at first. 4-3. Top of the order comes back up. Sam Strausser steps in. And he will look at ball one. Strausser's batting .317 on the season. 13 for 41 with 17 runs and 7 RBIs. He's got 1 double. And a 1-0 count, and now a 2-0 count. Completely spun around and almost put his back in over the plate there. 2-0 count. Rodriguez out of the stretch. And gets a strike on the inside corner there. So working the inside part of the plate, moved him back, now hit the corner. 2-1 the count. Infield in for the Mingus Marauders, trying to prevent the third run to score from scoring. And the breaking ball doesn't quite get back over the plate for a 3-1 count. See if he's got a green light here at 3-1 from the head coach from Prescott, and that one's going to be outside. That's going to be a walk. It's been on base twice. Strausser has 3 stolen bases. Mingus steps back, now plays for the double play with the lefty out there. Buckner gives signs to the infield. Luke Tobin steps in. He grounded to the first baseman, who didn't quite beat him to the bag the first time up. And outside part of the plate for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Runners at the corner, 1 out, top of the second inning. Nobody in yet so far, and they're a hit and run underway. 0-2 the count. Strauss will have to go back to first. Good cut. He was right on it, just under it. And Rodriguez getting ready. Buckner giving signs. Tobin gets his sign, and he'll foul that one off left-hand side over toward the right field part of the softball field. I don't know if that got into the softball field or not. Mingus softball team supposed to be in Prescott here today. They're not. Actually, no umpires, so the game had to be rescheduled because of no umpires. And there's going to be the ground ball going to Balo. Balo has no chance but to go to first with it, and it's going to be an RBI ground out. As coming home to score is going to be Furno from third, with the runner moving on the pitch. Mingus did not have the opportunity for the double play out there. So the ground out goes 4-3, but getting the RBI is Tobin. Next, going to bring up Jack Burton, who had a sacrifice fly. And stealing third is Strausser. Buckner got up, loaded that cannon to throw, and it popped out of his glove. So we got a runner at third, 2 out. Rodriguez delivers out of the stretch, deep left field, and it's going to be back. That's going to be difficult. That's going to be not caught out there by a scare, so it is going to end up being a double. That was hit deep and tailing away. It started toward left center field and then started tailing back toward left field. A scare got turned around out there. And a hard hit ball for an RBI, making it 4-0. Coming home to score is going to be Strausser from third. Out at second is Burton, and Lucas Barrett steps in. And they throw the ball, a pickoff play, and it will get past the Mingus Marauders into center field. So going on to third is going to be Jack Burton. And now there's going to be a conference on the mound as Coach Casada comes out. Tells his pitcher to get back up on the mound. There you go. Got to have the conference on the dirt. Entire infield in to talk about it. We're going to leave it here for the minute. So Lucas Barrett doubled his last time up. Taking a look at his season stats, 389 on the season, 14 for 36. 7 runs scored with 9 RBIs. And a double, so he's got his second double of the season in the first inning. Got stranded at third. Mingus Marauders got out of the first inning with a double play. Gave up 2 in the first, now giving up 2 here in the second so far. Runner on third with the pickoff play back at second that went awry. He jogs over to third as the ball went into center field. Rodriguez delivers, stays inside. Ball 1. Barrett, the first baseman, his second at bat during the game. Rodriguez laboring, saw 7 hitters in the first inning. There's ball 2. He's on his 6th batter here in the second inning. 2-0 the count. Barrett uses the back of the box. And there we go, a balk is called. Coming home to score is going to be Jack Burton. And the balk was called without a hesitation, I believe. So Rodriguez not getting the appropriate hesitation out there. And now comes back with a strike. 2-1 the count. Bases empty now, 3 in, 5-0. Prescott leads here in the second inning. That one misses wide. 3-1 the count. Adrian Sanderford, the pitcher, is on deck. Rodriguez out of the full windup now. And that's going to be a tapper right back to him. Rodriguez gathers, throws, and they get the out at first. That'll end the inning. However, 3 more come across to score 5-0. The Prescott Badgers on top over the Mingus Marauders. Coming up for Mingus, it's going to be 4, 5, and 6. Balo, Davis, and Miller coming up when we return after this.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. There's a simpler way to buy tires at Tire Pros.
We're hassle-free, guaranteed.
Back here at Mingus Union High School, 2-run score in the first inning for the Prescott Badgers off 1 hit, a couple of walks, a couple of errors. 3 runs in the second inning with a walk, a hit, and an error. And Sanderford coming out for his second inning. He was perfect, 1, 2, 3 in the top of the first. Balo's going to step in. Senior for the Mingus Marauders. So Sanderford on the season has given up 10 runs, 8 earned runs, 18 hits. Now is 19 innings, and the curveball misses. He's given up 10 walks, and he's got 21 strikeouts. He's got 1 strikeout in the first inning. And that one's going to be fouled off. The wind starts to kick up here a little bit. 1-1 the count to Ben Balo. Second baseman for the Mingus Marauders. Balo's batting .439 as he looks at strike 2. 18 for 41 coming into today's game. 12 runs, 10 RBIs. He's got a double, couple of triples, and a home run. Wind is blowing in from right field. That's different. And a swing and a miss. That'll be the second strikeout for Sanderford. Took something off. Cameron Davis steps in. First baseman for the Mingus Marauders. Davis is batting .222. 8 hits, 36 at-bats, and ball 1 is high. 5 runs scored and 4 RBIs. Couple of doubles on the season. And swings and misses at the high heat. 1-1 the count. Outfield playing mid to shallow against the Mingus Marauders. Sanderford delivers, and the breaking ball stays inside. 2-1 the count. Mingus trailing 5-0 here. Trying to get something going. Nobody on, 1 out. Out of the windup. And the heat stays high and outside for a 3-1 count to Cameron Davis. Coy Miller's on deck for the Mingus Marauders, the third baseman. Here's the delivery and a ground ball up the middle. That's got a chance, and it gets through for a base hit, and it bounces off of the center fielder. Davis content to stay at first, did not make a turn, and we've got a single out there. First hit for the Mingus Marauders, and 1 on, 1 out, and Coy Miller steps up. Coy Miller's batting .263 on the season, 10 for 38. And that one gets away for the catcher. Davis is going to go down to second, and without a throw, takes second on the pass ball. Miller scored 9 runs, has 8 RBIs. Now he's got somebody in scoring position. He's got 2 doubles, and right now a 1-0 count. And that one stays outside for a 2-0 count. David Rodriguez, the pitcher, on deck, looking for an opportunity to help himself. There's the delivery, way high. 3-0 count. We'll see if Coy Miller's got a green light here on a 3-0 count. Davis, not a big lead off a second. And there's a strike. 3-1 count. Hitters count for sure. Infield back. Shortstop Burton trying to keep Davis close. And that one, a little bit of a weight swing, and he slaps it foul down the right field line. Full count now. 3-2. Cameron Davis, a single up the middle. Took second on a pass ball. 1 out, 1 on. And that's going to be ball 4, close. Did not miss by much. And the walk will put Miller on first. Only the 11th walk given up here this season by Sanderford. David Rodriguez, the pitcher, steps in. Rodriguez batting 105, 2 for 19, and he'll foul that one off. Scored 3 runs, he's got 1 RBI, and in a position to help himself out with the bat. 2 on, 1 out. First baseman is in on the grass, second baseman medium, and that one stays high. 1-1 the count. Second baseman definitely staying medium. Shortstop Burton trying to hold Davis on at second. Third baseman playing normal depth even with the bag. And there's a strike. 1-2 the count now. Mingus went in order in the first. Started off the second with a strikeout, a single, pass ball, and then a walk. And that one stays outside. 2-2 the count. Coach gives instructions to choke up a little bit. Sanderford's got some speed. He delivers. And that one high, right field line. It is going to fall out of play. Barrett and Elliott give a run at it, but can't get anywhere near it. New baseball in the game. Rodriguez is going to step back in. There's a backup. That one will go in the pocket while somebody goes and gathers. Other balls. There we go. Had one leave the bullpen over there. That's interesting. Not sure how that one got out of the bullpen. Out of the stretch is Sanderford for first time, actually. And running on the play and sliding into a double play is going to be Cameron Davis. So the hit and run was on. Both runners move. It's going to be a strike him out, throw him out. And the Mingus Marauders are done here in the second inning, as we get a caught stealing out there by Davis, and striking out is Rodriguez. So coming up for the visiting squad from Prescott out here today, it's going to be 4, 5, and 6. Barrett, Sanderford the pitcher, and Costas the catcher. Coming up when we return to Mingus Junior High School after this.
Lawler Construction has been a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 38 years. Using green construction methods, Lawler Construction builds efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit lawlerconstructionaz.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction is a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels. Look for Lawler Construction Homes at Mountain Gate in Clarkdale.
And back here at Mingus Union High School, let's see, it's going to be Lucas Barrett, the first baseman. Nope, I'm sorry, it's going to be Adrian Sanderford, the pitcher. It's going to be 5, 6, and 7. Sanderford, Costas, and Elliott coming up for the Prescott squad. The Mingus Marauders run themselves into a double play here. A strike them out, throw them out at third base to end the second inning. Rodriguez comes out for his third inning of workout here today. So far, 5-0, Prescott with a lead. Mingus was threatening here in the second inning, unable to capitalize, and Adrian Sanderford, the pitcher and sophomore, steps in. That one stays high. Sanderford batting .278 on the season, 10 for 36 with 6 runs scored, has 12 RBIs. How about that? He leads the team in RBIs. 2 doubles and a home run. And he'll tap that one out in front of the mound. It'll be picked up by Buckner. Buckner fires down to Davis for the out. And quietly goes Sanderford. He walked in the first and then grounds out 2-3 in the third with a little tapper. Costas steps in. Brendan, the catcher, wearing number 7 out there today. Oftentimes wears number 8. He's batting .222 on the season, and he'll ground that one. Davis knocks it down, and it will be an infield hit. That was a hard shot, and Davis diving at it, knocks it down, and unfortunately wasn't able to pick it up. Not sure that they would have gotten him at first. It ends up being an infield single out there for Costas. It's been on twice. He walked in the first with an RBI, and now singles here. So 1 on, 1 out, and Ryan Elliott steps in, who grounded into a double play his first time up. And he'll look at strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. Ryan Elliott, the right fielder, batting .146 on the season. Short lead out there by the Badgers. There's the delivery, and took something off. Good pitch. Good pitch. 0-2 out in front of him. And out in front of the pitch was the batter. 0-2 the count. 1 on, 1 out. And out in front of it again. They throw behind the runner, and they don't get him. Had a shot at it. Buckner unloaded the cannon to Davis out there, got glove on it, and trying to make the tag, the ball dribbled out. Nonetheless, it's going to be out number 2 and the first strikeout in the game for Rodriguez, and Paul Furno steps in. Got on an error and scored in the second. And he'll look at that one a little low and outside. Rodriguez looking for a clean inning out here. 4 up, 3 down would do it. Out of the stretch. It's the Mingus Marauder pitcher, and that one in the dirt. Buckner, a good job blocking it. 2-0 the count. Davis holding on the runner at first. Infield back, all across the board. Outfield playing deep in left, fairly deep in center, and somewhat shallow in right. And they will throw back behind the runner. Davis does a sweep tag, goes above the sliding Costas. So 3-0 the count. Rodriguez got to battle back here, and he'll get the strike. inside part of the plate with the fastball. 3-1 now. See if Furno has a green light now. Rodriguez trying to get out of the third. And, oh, that one did not miss by much, but it is going to be a walk. Fairly good pitch out there going down to second with the trot is Costas. Furno replaces him at first, and Ivan Schuster steps in. Schuster plays second base, wears double ones out there, at least on these uniforms. And he'll ground that one down the third baseline, and it will be a fair ball. It gets past Miller and over to the left fielder, and Esquire will pick it up. It'll end up being a double. Was not hit hard, but it was hit just well down the line, and Miller made an attempt at it, unable to get glove on it. Had he been able to block it, it would have kept the run from scoring. Coming around is Costas to score from second. Going to third is Furno, and a double out there by Schuster on the little ground ball. Seeing I ground ball down the third baseline, and Sam Strausser, the leadoff hitter, comes in, and he'll put that one into right field just above a leaping Balo. 2 will score. He's going to try for 2, and the throw into second is late. So 2 more come in to score. Rodriguez so close to getting out of the inning. Furno comes in to score. Schuster comes in to score. And then now replacing them at second is Strausser. And there is going to be a pitching change out here for the Mingus Marauders, as Mingus now trails 8-0 in the top of the third. 1 on, 2 out, and we are going to take a break here and see who our replacement pitcher is when we return after this.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
And back here with the Mingus Marauders and Prescott Badgers, it is 8-0. And we are going to have a new pitcher out there for the Mingus Marauders. Trying to see if we've got any stats on this individual. Wearing number 23 out there. Caden, can't read the last name. There we go. Pusel, thank you. So Caden Pusel will step in. Appreciate the help from the crowd. Okay, thank you, Grandma. I appreciate that. No, don't be embarrassed. This is good. All right. We'll see if we've got any stats. There we go. Caden has an ERA of 42 coming in here today. He's pitched a third of an inning, give up 1 hit, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, and a couple of walks, and he is going to replace Rodriguez out there. So going to give the Prescott Badgers a different look out here, as Luke Tobin steps in for the 3rd time in 3 innings. Pusel will start in out of the stretch. He's got Strasser on second base. And there's the pitch. And he'll get strike in there. 0-1 the count. 3rd inning started with a ground out, a little tap out, as Buckner went to Cameron Davis for the first out, and then a single by Costas. A strikeout from Elliott. And Pusel's second delivery is lined and caught out there by Pops Godina. A hard shot, and Godina, the diving catch out there, ends the inning. A line out to the shortstop, puts an end to the third. However, 3 more come across home plate to score for the Prescott Badgers. 8-0. Bottom of the third inning. Mingus has got to get the bats going. It'll be the bottom of the order. It'll be Cowgill, the designated hitter, Esquire, the left fielder, and then back to the top of the order with McGurk, the center fielder, when we return to Mingus Union High School after this.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare over 150 different insurance companies for home, auto, commercial, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance in Cottonwood.
Sander Ford steps in for his third inning of work. And so far in the game against the Mingus Marauders, he's got 2 strikeouts. Gave up 1 hit and 1 walk. And Ethan Cowgill, designated hitter, steps in. He's batting .500 on limited plate appearances and takes strike 1. So 1 for 2 on the season. He takes strike 1. Hunter, his older brother, a pitcher for the Mingus Marauders. And that one's a ball. 1-1 the count. So Hunter got his stitches out, had surgery on the ankle injury as he messed up tendons, snagging fly balls out in the outfield. And there's going to be strike 2. Hunter hoping, by all hopes, that he gets back for the Agua Fria game or any kind of a play-in game for the Mingus Marauders. And a line ball. Line drive goes through the gap between first and second, and Cowgill will get his single out there. He's 2 for 3 on the season. And it's a leadoff single for the Mingus Marauders. Just put it in play. Put it where the guys in the white shirts are not. Hit the hole between first and second. And Esquire steps in. Esquire batting .316 on the season. And a swing and a miss at the breaking ball way out in front of it. He's got 9 RBIs, a double. 12 hits total out of 38 at-bats with 8 runs scored. And he comes on with a 0-1 count and looks at ball 1 high on outside. Cowgill, the designated hitter. Ground ball single. Start off the inning. Mingus trailing 8-0. Need base runners and runs. Sanderford delivers a ground ball going to the shortstop. Comes up with it. Goes to second, and then the throw back to first will go out of play. They throw back behind the runner, and diving back in safe is going to be Esquire. So fielder's choice. And out at second is going to be Cowgill. Ground ball. It was 6-4 for the out and the fielder's choice. So Esquire replaces Cowgill on first. 1 out, 1 on. Back to the top of the order. So McGurk will get his second chance to see Sander Ford out here. Gurk batting .225 on the season. 9 hits for 40 at-bats. 16 runs scored as the leadoff hitter. Only 1 RBI, and it's going to be a hit and run and down the third base line and foul. Little high hopper down the third base line. Mingus trying to get some motion going. Had a hit and run going back in the second. Ended up in a strikeout, throw him out, double play. McGurk will step in again. And the throw over to first. Back safely. This is Esquire. 0-1 the count. And the breaking ball does not break as much as the pitcher wanted. Stays high and inside. 1-1 the count. McGurk grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. And a throw back over to first very quickly. Sanderford, a good move to first base. Trying to catch a Scare wandering off, and a Scare starts to go, and a line drive goes to the shortstop. They've got to go across the diamond to first, and they get the out at first, but they run their way out of a hit. Well, the hit and run keeps them out of the double play. So a Scare goes to second. The sacrifice ground out. Going 6-3. So Godina steps in with a man in scoring position, but 2 out. Sanderford out of the stretch, and the curveball stays high. 1-0 the count. Godina batting .295 coming into today, 13 for 44. Fouls that one hard, but well out of play on the right side. Scored 16 runs, has 8 RBIs, leads the team in 3 doubles, tied for first in triples. There's 3 players that have 2 triples on the season. That one down the first base line and foul. 1-2 now the count. Dina struck out in the first inning. Trying to retaliate here. 1 on, 2 out. 8-0, Prescott leads. And that one hit toward the second baseman. Goes down to a knee, up and over, and that'll do it. So the ground out goes 4-3. Out there as Schuster goes to Barrett. And that ends the threat for the Mingus Marauders in the third. Had a man in scoring position, a leadoff single. And Mingus can't bring him around. So 8-0. We're going to see what Bussel has in store here for inning number 2 of work. It's going to be the heart of the order. Burton, the shortstop. Barrett, the cleanup hitter and playing first base. And Sanderford, the pitcher, coming up in the 4th inning for the Prescott Badgers after this.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We are homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $19 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Bussel on in for his second inning of work here. Got out of the 3rd inning, came in and closed it out, faced 1 batter. A line out to Godina, a tremendous play by Godina as he dove to his left in order to get that one. But a phenomenal defensive play gets the Mingus Marauders out of the 3rd inning. However, in the books, well, that's a third of an inning with no hits, no runs, no errors. And he'll go out of the full windup here facing Jack Burton. Burton is up 3rd time in the game. The first pitch is going to be a ball. Waiting to see if it was a late strike call. It was not. Burton had a sacrifice fly for an RBI in the first and also picked up an RBI with a double back in the second. And way out in front of that one for a strike. 1-1 the count. So back in the second, gets the double and then goes to 3rd on an error. Comes home on a balk. And check swing, and they say, yep, he went around. 1-2 the count. Caden Bussel trying to get through his first full inning of work here. And he will get the strikeout. It'll get away from the catcher, so it'll be a strikeout, but going on to first is going to be Burton. Ball got away from Buckner, and then he couldn't find it. Went off the foot or the shin of the umpire and then back right toward us against the fence. So Barrett now comes up, and Barrett puts a charge into that one. Left center field. It is deep, it's back, and it is up against the wall. That should score one. Barrett is going to stop at second as the ball comes back into Godina. An RBI double. A one-hopper up against the wall, and the RBI out there by Lucas Barrett. He has had a pair of doubles out here today. He's 2 for 3. Coming home to score is Burton, making it 9-0. And there's a strike. Pussel comes right back to work. Facing Sanderford. Sanderford walked and got stranded at second in the first. And then a little tapper in the third. That one's high for ball 1, 1-1 the count. Tapper in the third. Buckner threw him out, pounced on the ball and threw it down to Davis for the out. So 0 for 1 in the game so far. And we'll look at that one a little bit low. 2-1 the count. Started off with a strikeout to Burton. Ball got away, so he went to first. And he came around to score on the RBI double by Barrett. And that one is going to be a high strike. 2-2 the count. Breaking ball caught the top part of the strike zone. Pussel will step off and look at the runner. And not sure that that was an attempted throw. No, that was more of a fake. Now he's going to glance back, come to the plate, and that one's way high. 3-2 now the count, full count. 1 on, 1 in, nobody out here in the top of the fourth. Prescott leading 9-0. And the ground ball foul. We'll do it again. A repeat on the payoff pitch out here. Coy Miller playing deep there at third. Godina plays a little cat and mouse game, and a swing and a miss actually caught part of it, so a foul tip on the breaking ball keeps Sanderford alive. Pussel still battling out there on the mound. Caden gets his sign out of the stretch and delivers a line drive left center field. That one's heading toward the gap, and it'll get up against the wall. The double will score 1, and replacing his counterpart, Barrett, comes home to score. Sanderford goes out and replaces him at second base, and back-to-back doubles out here. Make it 10-0. Brandon Costas, the catcher, comes up. He's 1 for 1. He singled and scored the first run of the third inning. He walked and had an RBI in the first. Comes up with a man at second and nobody out, and looks at ball 1. So 2 in this inning, 1 on, nobody out in the top of the fourth. There's the delivery, a line drive, center field, that's going to drop. McGirt comes in and looks to throw, gets to his cutoff man, and they're going to stop him at third. So the single will send Sander forward to third. And that is the third hit in a row out there by the Prescott Badgers. Ryan Elliott, the right fielder, steps in, who is 0 for 2 in the game. Grounded into a double play going 6-3. Godina to Davis back in the first. Struck out in the third. Only strikeout victim here in the game, and there's going to be a strike. High strike, but a strike. 10-0 the score here in the top of the fourth. 2 on, 2 in, nobody out. And a ground ball going to Godina at shortstop. He'll step on second, throw across to first, and get the double play. No RBI because of the double play, but coming home to score is going to be Sanderford. Double play 6-3. That is the second Godina Davis double play of the game. So now bases empty, 2 out. And it is 11-0 here. The Prescott Badgers on top. Pusil delivers. And a breaking ball way out in front of it is Furno. Furno has scored twice in this game. Got on an error and stole second in the second and ended up scoring. Then walked and scored back in the third. Second delivery, check swing. That's going to be a ball. 1-1 the count. Mingus is going to have some work to do here in the bottom of the fourth. 10-run lead in high school baseball after 5 is an automatic victory, and there is a line drive heading for right center field. That's going to drop. That'll go to the wall. On his horse is Furno. Furno's going to pass second and go straight on to third, and that is going to be a triple. So the 2-out triple by Paul Furno, the line drive to right center field up against the wall, keeps the inning alive. 4 hits in the inning, a strikeout, a dropped third strike, and on first was Jack Burton. 3 in. Another runner at third now for Ivan Schuster, who grounds that one over to Godina, pops up with it, throws across the diamond, and it's off. It's going to be an error, and now going on to second is going to be Schuster. Schuster will drive in the run, making it 12-0. That'll be the top of the order. Pusil will have to work again, facing his 8th batter in the inning. Mingus pitchers have labored in this one. 12-0, top of the order. Sam Strausser steps in. He has been on base 3 times. And that one breaking ball low for ball 1. Strausser got on an error to start the game and then scored. Walked and scored in the second. Singled in the third. And now looks at strike 1. So 1-1 the count. Infield for the Mingus Marauders, Davis at first, Balo at second, Godina at short, Miller at third base. And that'll be strike 2, a 1-2 count. It's Pusil trying to get out of the inning here. 4 in here in the fourth. And a emergency swing fouls it off. Count remains 1-2. Godina trying to play a little cat and mouse out there with Schuster. Try to keep him close. And that's going to be a ground ball. Godina has another shot at it. Across the diamond, and they got him out. So they ground out, goes 6-3, ends the inning here for the fourth, and the Prescott Badgers. 12-0 the score. 4 come in to score here in the fourth. Mingus Marauders have some work to do. It's going to be the heart of the order. Buckner will lead it off, batting number 3, and then it's going to be Balo, the second baseman, Cameron Davis, the first baseman, when we come back to Mingus Union High School after this.
Accidents happen. Red Rock Collision knows that your car is the second largest investment you're likely to make. For over 15 years, Red Rock Collision has been there to negotiate for you, the customer, not the insurance company. John and his staff promise quality repair with honesty and integrity. You can rest easy now. They'll return your car as safe as the day it was built.
And back here at Mingus Union High School, the Mingus Marauders, well, they got work to do. 12-0 to score as they go into the bottom of the 4th. Sanderford has been efficient out here today. He's got 2 strikeouts in the game. He's given up 1 hit, 1 walk. Pardon me, 2 hits and 1 walk. Buckner steps in, trying to get things going for the Mingus Marauders. Started today batting .514 on the season, and he'll look at ball 1. I didn't even get to go through his stats. Swung at the first pitch the first time up and lined it. Hard ground ball to the first baseman. And he'll foul that one off. Left-hand side. 1-1 the count. Buckner leads the team with a .512 batting average, 22 for 40, and that one's way high, 43 rather, 22 for 43. He's scored 8 times and has 17 RBIs, leads the Mingus Marauders in RBIs. 2 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. Now we just need a base runner, and that is going to be outside. 3-1 the count. See if Buckner has a green light with a 3-1 count. And he will look at strike 2. So full count now. I think he expected the breaking ball, got the fastball. Payoff pitch. And that one is lined high and foul and over to the softball field area. I think it went to the snack shack. Might have even landed on the opposite side of the snack shack over there. 3-2 count once again. Sanderford delivers. And that one's fouled off, same direction. That's going to head toward the softball field. Doesn't quite get to right field over there. He'll get another shot at it. 3-2 the count. Right fielder playing shallow, so is center. Left field somewhat too. And that one's going to be outside. Took something off. And that'll be the second walk of the game. So Buckner becomes the first base runner here in the bottom of the 4th for the Mingus Marauders, and Ben Balo steps in. Balo struck out back in the 2nd, and that one will get by the catcher. And Buckner will round 2nd. So the pass ball puts a Mingus Marauder in scoring position out there. Ben Balo with a 1-0 count. That one was in the dirt. Sanderford out of the stretch. Delivers. High. 2-1 count, or 2-0 count. So far, Mingus has had 4 base runners, 2 singles and 2 walks. And that one's in for a strike. Sanderford battles back. Gets the fastball on the inside part of the plate. Balo uses the front end of the box, well, the inside part of the box. And that one's outside. So 3-1 count once again. And a 3-1 count to Buckner, and he fouled off a couple of pitches until he got the walk. 3-1 to Balo is going to be low, and the second walk. So 2 on, nobody out. And Cameron Davis comes up. Cameron Davis has 4 RBIs on the season, a couple of doubles, and we're going to go into a board meeting here on the mound as the Prescott pitching coach is going to come out and chat with Sander Ford and talk to him here a little bit. Back-to-back walks, Buckner on first. Buckner on second now. Walked and then went to second on a pass ball. Balo's on first. And Davis steps in. Davis has one of the 2 singles here for the Mingus Marauders. He's out at third with a caught stealing back in the second. And Coy Miller's on deck, and he walked his first time up. So 3 walks so far in the game for the Mingus Marauders, and Davis looks at strike 1. So the conversation with the pitching coach worked. And he comes back and hits the strike zone like that. Davis is set. Here's the delivery, and he fouls it off. Breaking ball, and he fouls it off, making it an 0-2 count. Sander Ford ahead. See if he comes back with the fastball or another breaking ball. Infield at medium. And a swing and a miss. That'll be the first strike, or the first out of the inning, and that one a swinging strikeout. Coy Miller steps in, and he walked his first time up. And a full count, and walked on a full count back in the second. And that's going to be ball 1. Pusel will step in to bat for Rodriguez. He came in to pitch for Rodriguez. And he is on deck. 2-0 the count to Coy Miller, the third baseman for the Mingus Marauders. And there's a strike. 2-1 now the count. 2 on, 1 out. Mingus trailing in this one 12-0. And a ground ball goes to the second baseman. They're going to go to the shortstop for 1 and across the diamond for 2. And the double play ends the inning for the Mingus Marauders as it goes 4-6-3. And good defense out there by the Prescott Badgers. And the threat for the Mingus Marauders is undone. So we go to the 5th inning for the Prescott Badgers. And it is going to be 2, 3, and 4, Tobin, Burton, and Barrett coming up for the Badgers when we return after this.
The mouth is the gateway to the digestive system. Studies indicate a correlation between oral health and full body health. Regular cleanings and checkups can help protect you. New patients are welcome at Arizona Smile Designers in Cottonwood. There's a full smile worth of services all offered under one roof. Whitening and cosmetic to implants and smile reconstruction. Find out more or request an appointment online at azsmiledesigners.com.
And back here at Mingus Union High School, it looks like Mingus has traded out pitchers once again. Let's see if we can get a number and information here for you. We will here in a moment. Just playing catch. Because Buckner was on the... It's going to be Coy Miller coming in to pitch. Number 20. me see who goes down to third for him. Mingus trying to mix things up here. Pusel will go to third. So he'll switch places here with Coy Miller. Miller will get a chance to pitch, and we're going to look up some stats on Miller. Luke Tobin steps in, the third baseman. He has got on an error in the first inning. The lefty looks at ball one. Got an RBI ground out in the second, and then the line out to end the third inning. Up to start the fifth, the side armor for Miller gets a strike. 1-1 the count. Sidearm delivery out here as he pitches from the stretch. Well, almost the stretch. Uses the very end of the rubber. High pop fly. Davis under it. Makes the catch. Has to go to a knee, but he will make the catch out there. So the pop out to the first baseman is out number one, and Jack Burton steps in. Sacrifice fly and an RBI back in the first. And a double and an RBI and scored in the second. And then a strikeout, dropped strike three that he got to first and then scored in the fourth. Comes up here in the fifth and looks at ball one. So Miller's got an ERA of 2.86 on the season. 7 1/3 innings, giving up 6 hits, 3 runs all earned. And that one's ball two. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Teams are batting .261 against him with an on-base percentage of .320. And a 2-0 count. And there he gets the strike. So he uses the far end, the right side of the rubber, all the way toward first base. And then the side armor gets that one to drop out of the strike zone. Gets a swing, though. 2-2 the count to Jack Burton, the shortstop. 1 for 2 in the game. And takes something off. That's going to be a high fly ball. Scare going back. Back. Reaches and makes the catch out there for out number 2. Out on the warning track. Hit it hard, hit it high. And if this was a normal windy day here at Mingus Union High School, I think that one's out. However, it ends up being a fly out to the left fielder for out number 2, and that brings up Lucas Barrett. Miller trying to go for a clean inning here. Throws that one inside and low. Ball one. Barrett doubled and got stranded third in the first. The fourth, he doubled and had an RBI and scored. So 2 for 3 here in the game, and a 2-0 count to Barrett. And he looks at 3-0. Miller just missed the strike zone on that one. Miller delivers, and he'll get the strike. 3-1 the count. Miller works quickly. Right back to the rubber. Looks for his sign. Goes into his delivery. And that one is fouled off. Right side, out of play. 2-2 the count. Pardon me, full count, 3-2. Payoff pitch on the way. And he took something off, and it was fouled down there. Oh, the third base coach. An error on the third base coach. And I'm going to give him a break, and I'm not going to give him an error because he's not wearing a glove. So you get some forgiveness on that one. Step back, played the hop. Payoff pitch again, and that one behind the batter. And that's going to be a walk, 2-out walk to Barrett, and that'll bring up Adrian Sanderford, the pitcher. He walked and was stranded at second in the first. A tapper out in front of the plate, and they throw behind the runner just a little late. Tapper out in front of the plate. That Buckner pounced on and threw him out. That was in the third, and a double and an RBI in the fourth. Comes on with 2 out, 1 on, and that one is going to be outside for a ball. 2-0 the count to the pitcher from Prescott. 12-0 the score. Mingus trying to keep the score right here, and then they're going to have to score at least 3 to stay in this game. And there's the strike. 2-1 now the count. Mingus infield playing deep, outfield deep at all positions. Even right field is fairly deep, and that one's outside. 3-1 count now. Miller started off, got a pop out, and then a fly out to left field. Got the first 2. Then a 2-out walk, and now a ground ball foul, and he'll go to another full count out here. Second full count in a row in as many batters. 2 out, 1 on. Miller out of the stretch. And that's going to be grounded, and it's going to be a fair ball thrown across the diamond and safe. Called safe out there. Even the runner at second didn't think so. He started heading toward the dugout. So Pusil with a strong throw across the diamond just doesn't quite get him. Sanderford is going to get a pinch runner out there. Magnet's going to step in to run for him. So an infield single with 2 outs and a line drive. Godina goes down to a knee, throws across the diamond, and out at first. So that will end the thread out there. He's 6'3" as Godina throws from his knee out at the shortstop position to get out number 3. And at the end of 5, the Prescott Badgers lead the Mingus Marauders 12-0. Mingus not only needs to get on the scoreboard, they've got to score 3 for this game to continue out here. It's going to be the bottom of the order. It's going to be Pusil, Cowgill, and Esquer coming up for the Mingus Marauders if there are no pinch hitters when we return after this.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. There's a simpler way to buy tires at Tire Pros.
We're hassle-free, guaranteed.
Back here at Mingus Union High School, Sanderford pitching a shutout so far. He's got 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, and has given up 2 hits in the game. He's scattered them across 4 innings, now up for his 5th inning of work. Trying to get the win and the shutout. Again, Mingus, the mercy rule is 10-run lead here after 5. Mingus has 3 batters here for the opportunity to try to get back in this game. They got to get it under 10 runs in order to play a 6th inning out here. Pusil will step in for his first at bat. Came in to pitch the 4th inning for Rodriguez, finished the 3rd and then pitched the 4th. And he'll pop that one. First baseman doesn't know where it is. Second baseman coming over, makes the grab. What an incredible job by Schuster out there as the little Texas leaguer looper is caught out there by the second baseman. Great speed. The first baseman, Lucas Barrett, looked up and saw nothing but a gigantic ball of gas and could not see through the sun, lost it. And the pop out is going to be out number one, but it's a great play, not just a pop out. Strike one to Ethan Cowgill, who has one of the 2 hits for the Mingus Marauders to the right side of the infield. And he'll pop this one behind us, and it'll miss the truck by about 15 feet. 0-2 the count now by Ethan Cowgill, the designated hitter out here today. He's got to protect up. Center forward delivers high. 1-2 the count. Cowgill checks the wrist protector here for the sign. Here's the delivery. And a line drive picked up by the shortstop. He bobbles a little bit across the diamond and gets it. That's going to be out number 2 here in the 5th. Hit it hard. However, Burton just vacuumed it up out there at shortstop and threw him out. Esquer, the last hope. The last man standing here for the Mingus Marauders. And that one's high, ball 1. Julian hit into a fielder's choice his first time up. Hacks at the high one. 1-1 the count. Looks down at Coach Quesada, who encourages him and says, we got to get man on base. Outfield plays shallow. And that's going to be a pop-up in the infield. And it's going to be called by the third baseman, who comes in to make the call and the catch. And Luke Tobin will end it for the Prescott Badgers. And so the shutout stays intact against the Mingus Marauders. 12-0, your final out here from Mingus Union High School. And we will get some final stats coming up right after this.
Lawler Construction has been a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 38 years. Using green construction methods, Lawler Construction builds efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit LawlerConstructionAZ.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction is a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels. Look for Lawler Construction Homes at Mountain Gate in Clarkdale.
Well, the Prescott Badgers win this Grand Canyon region matchup 12-0, and the Mingus Marauders will have another shot at them later on this week. Our next broadcast on the air is going to be the Prescott Badgers versus the Lady Marauders, and that will be coming up for the Mingus Marauders on a Monday. That'll be our next broadcast on Monday the 17th, and then the next time we are with baseball, it's going to be the Bradshaw Bears coming to town to take on the Mingus Marauders. And so we're going to finish out the season with quite a few baseball games. We're going to have one with the Bradshaw Bears. We're going to have a doubleheader with Lee Williams coming up. And then we will, the last regular season game of the season against Agua Fria. We'll have that one on the air and on the television for you as well. Sam Strausser ends the day with 2 runs scored, 1 for 2. And had a walk in the game. Luke Tobin ends up 0 for 4 in the game, but does score a run and gets an RBI as well. Jack Burton ends up with 2 RBIs, scored 2 runs in the game, had a double, and ends up 1 for 3 for the contest. Lucas Barrett, the first baseman, on base 3 times, 2 for 3 in the game with a walk and a run scored and an RBI to go along with it. Pitcher Sanderford, well, his best work was probably on the mound here, but for the hitting, he was on base 3 times, 2 for 3 in the game with a walk and a run scored and an RBI. And that RBI double back in the 4th. Costas, the catcher, on base 3 times here today, 2 singles, a run scored, and a walk, 2 for 3 in the game. Ryan Elliott, the right fielder, 0 for 3 in the game. In fact, hit into 2 double plays. Godina to Davis, unassisted, if you will, double plays. And a strikeout to go along with it. Furno here today scored 3 runs in the game. Ends up 1 for 1, had a triple and scored, walked and scored, and got on an error and scored. And Schuster, the second baseman here today, ends up 1 for 2 in the game. Ends up with a sacrifice back in the second, on an error in the fourth, and then doubled and scored in the third. 12-0, the final score here. The Prescott Badgers victorious over the Mingus Marauders. We're going to take a break, come back, look at the Mingus Marauders stats when we return after this.
Accidents happen. Red Rock Collision knows that your car is the second largest investment you're likely to make. For over 15 years, Red Rock Collision has been there to negotiate for you, the customer, not the insurance company. John and his staff promise quality repair with honesty and integrity. You can rest easy now. They'll return your car as safe as the day it was built.
The mouth is the gateway to the digestive system. Studies indicate a correlation between oral health and full body health. Regular cleanings and checkups can help protect you. New patients are welcome at Arizona Smile Designers in Cottonwood. There's a full smile worth of services all offered under one roof. Whitening and cosmetic to implants and smile reconstruction. Find out more or request an appointment online at azsmiledesigners.com.
Back here at Mingus Union High School, the Prescott Badgers got in a circle out there and sang happy birthday to one of their players. And, well, I will say this, they play better baseball than they are a choir. So I'll just kind of leave it at that one out here today. Sanderford had a pretty decent day on the mound, shutting out the Mingus Marauders. Gave up 2 walks, 2 hits, and had 2 strikeouts in the game for the Prescott Badgers. For the Mingus Marauders, Landon McGurk, the center fielder, ends up 0 for 2 in the game. Isaiah Godina ends up 0 for 2. Had some nice defensive plays, though, out there. 2 double plays and a caught line drive to end a 3rd inning threat as well. Xavier Buckner ends up 0 for 1 in the game. Walked and went to second on a pass ball in the 4th, got stranded there. Ben Balo, 0 for 1 in the game, a strikeout and a walk as well. Cameron Davis has one of the 2 Mingus Marauder hits, ended up at second, then caught stealing on a strike him out, throw him out play back in the 2nd. Coy Miller, 0 for 1 in the game, hit into a double play in the 4th and walked in the 2nd. Rodriguez was 0 for 1, and Pusil was 0 for 1 in the game. And Ethan Cowgill, the designated hitter, ended up with the 2nd hit for the Mingus Marauders, out at second on a fielder's choice, and then grounded out to the shortstop in the 5th, so 1 for 2. And Julian Esquer ends up 0 for 2 in the game. Mingus Marauders get 5 base runners across 5 innings, actually across 4 innings, if you will. 3 walks, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, and offensively, the Mingus Marauders not able to do much against Sanderford out here today. We're going to take a final break. When we come back, we'll glance again at our upcoming games when we return after this.
Lawler Construction has been a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 38 years. Using green construction methods, Lawler Construction builds efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit LawlerConstructionAZ.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction is a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels. Look for Lawler Construction Homes at Mountain Gate in Clarkdale.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Well, the Grand Canyon region, currently Flagstaff is on top, a 9-0 record going in here today, 5-0 in the Grand Canyon region. Bradshaw undefeated in the Grand Canyon region as well, 8-2 overall. And the next time we have coverage coming up, it's going to be Bradshaw, at least for the baseball squad coming up. Prescott moves to 5-1 in the region. Mingus drops to 3-4 in the region. And the Coconino at 2-3. Lee Williams and Mojave still looking for their first win in the Grand Canyon region. On top of the Black Canyon division, it's Vista Grande with a 4-0 region record, and Dysart at 4-1 right on their tail. Sahuarita 5-0 in the Gila division, has a lead on that one, 9-2 overall. Douglas, the contender, at 3-1, 6-5 overall. Saguaro 11-0, who beat this Prescott team 10-7 yesterday. They're 11-0 on an overall record, games that count. 4-0 in the Desert Sky. Mesquite's right behind him, 8-3 and 3-1 in the region. Arizona College Prep leads the East Sky division, 4-0 record, and ALA Gilbert North is 3-1 right behind him, 7-4 overall. The Skyline division a little tighter. Thunderbirds 3-0, but Yuma and Greenway are both 3-1 in the region. Estrella Foothills has a 3-0 record in West Valley. Barry Goldwater right behind him at 3-1 on the season. Well, the Mingus Marauders, as we look at our games coming up here for radio and television, well, this one, the Prescott Badgers beat the Mingus Marauders 12-0. Our next game is going to be softball, so we're going to switch to the field behind us. That'll be on the 10th of April as the Prescott Badgers and the Marauders go at it on a softball coverage on radio and television. Next baseball broadcast will be the 11th of April. Bradshaw Mountain, the Bears come to town, and we'll have the coverage both on Verde Valley TV and KYBC. Then we're going to cover softball coming up on the 13th of April, and that game will be against the Bradshaw Bears. That'll be the last softball game that we get to cover during this season for the 2023 season. Then we're going to have a doubleheader for you against Lee Williams on April 17th. The front half is going to be on radio and television. The second game is going to be radio only, because we've got a city council meeting that we've got to cover as well. And then we'll cover Senior Day for the Mingus Marauder baseball squad against the Agua Fria Owls coming up on the 19th of April. Once again, your final score out here on a beautiful afternoon in Cottonwood, Arizona, 12-0. The Prescott Badgers, a Grand Canyon region victory over the Mingus Marauders. And to everybody, I wish you a wonderful evening.
This has been a presentation of Mingus Marauder Sports. Any rebroadcast or use of this broadcast without written permission from Mingus Union High School, Studio G Multimedia, or Yavapai Broadcasting is expressly prohibited. Today's Mingus Marauder game has been sponsored in part by Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs. Red Rock Collision, locally and family owned and working for you, not the insurance company. And Arizona Smile Designers. Smile big, smile bright. Visit azsmiledesigners.com. Mingus Marauder baseball sponsors also include Lawler Construction, quality-built custom homes and commercial projects. Northern Arizona Healthcare, improving health and healing people. And All Price Insurance, low monthly rates on reliable insurance. Thank you for tuning in on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. Go to YouTube/Verde Valley TV to watch all games on demand.